All right, let's begin. So, 5F. Exercise 5F is multiplying and dividing fractions. So we do a bit of revision of chapter 3. And really, there's only one thing that I want you to keep in mind when you're simplifying is to do them early rather than do them later. So I corrected about 3 students from the other class who've done their homework, but their answers are so huge. And that's why they leave it there. They don't actually simplify the fractions, and they didn't check their answers as well. That's why it was wrong. Technically, it is right, but you don't ever leave your fractions with big numbers. It just means that you don't know how to simplify. And that's the key skill here. So if you're avoiding that, then you're not truly really practicing the skill. If you're just using a calculator and doing 9 times 14, 28 times 15, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for, can you see which factors to reduce? The idea is to make your life easier, not harder. Yeah? So here, let's have a look. 9 over 28 times 14 over 15. Yes, you can do 9 times 14. So top with top, bottom with the bottom. That's what we say with fractions. But the numbers get really large. The skill is to reduce it first before you do that. So you need to first find which 2 numbers, top and bottom, has a common factor. Which 2 can you see already? 28 and 14 is one of them. So 14 and 28. What factor goes into 14 and 28? Yes, Ollie? Highest. 14 is the highest, but if you thought of 7, that's okay as well. Okay, so 7 can fit, but it just means you can drop it down even further. But 14, go to both, because 14 goes to 14 once. So just divided by 14, that becomes 1. And then this divided by 14 gets you 2. Okay, so that gives you a nice fraction now. You got 2 on the bottom times 1 on the top. That's much better fraction to work with. Then you do the same here. 9 and 15, can I find a common factor of 9 and 15? 3, very good. So how many 3s go to 9? 3. So this now becomes 3. So that's 3 there. And then how many 3s go into 15? 5. So this now becomes 5. That's called reduction. This is the skill we're looking for, not the other one. This is what we're looking for. And then from here, you can now say top with top, bottom with bottom. 3 times 1 on the top is 3. 2 times 5 on the bottom is 10. So 3/10 is your fraction. Yeah? So that was chapter 3 that you did last term. Now we're taking the same skills, but we're applying with algebra. Make sure to copy these notes. Yeah? Copy these notes. So that's the first example there. So let's do one example with algebra now. Scroll down. Well, I scroll down. Before we do this one, a reminder from our previous exercise. A divided by A is equal to what, Leon? 1. Very good. A divided by A, or anything divide itself, is 1. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yep. Okay, so you need to remember that A divided by A is equal to 1. The key skill that you want to take out from chapter 3 is to make sure to simplify early. So I just highlighted the ones that are common factors. Let's do this example now. So remember, letters, if you divide the same letters, it equals 1, right? Let's have a look at this example. So, not that one, that's homework. This one. You can do top with top, bottom with bottom, but that's what I'm saying. If I change the numbers to much larger ones, you get a really large fraction. Your aim is to simplify first. So let's do it. 5x actually means 5 times x. 12y actually means 12 times y. Notice that they're all timesing with each other. That's one of the key things to note. It's 5 times x times 12 times y. That's the top line. Now 5 times 12, you can do 5 times 12, but then you make the numbers larger. So before you times them, I want you to look for any common factors on the bottom and top. So if I break out the 4y, that's 4 times y times 10. So if you look at just the numbers, let's just focus on the numbers right now. So 5, 12, 4, and 10. If I write it out, it's 5 times 12 on the top, 4 times 10 on the bottom. So I'm just focusing on the numbers first. I'm ignoring the letters. Yeah? Are there any common factors that you can simplify? Yes, Sully? 5 and 10? Very good. So 5 and 10 has a common factor of 5. And then you can see that 12 and 4 has a common factor of 4. So we reduce them. This becomes 1, 3, because 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 10, 5 goes into 5, and 5 goes into 10. So it becomes 1, 2. Very good. Now, the next bit is, so I've just focused on the letters only. Oh, sorry, numbers only. Now we've got letters. We've got one X on the top, one Y on the top. So I write it out here. I say, okay, I've got one X on the top. I'm timesing one Y on the top. See how I'm spreading them out? So I just focused on the top line. We said 5 times X times 12 times Y. I just swapped the order. It's 5 times 12 times X times Y. Still the same thing. On the bottom, we had 4 times Y times 10. I've got 4 times 10, so I'm just missing a Y. But what goes here then? What goes under the X? 1. So I just put a 1 there, and that hasn't changed anything. I have not changed the numerator, I have not changed the denominator, but I have separated it, so it's easier to see. We've reduced the numbers. Now, out of the letters, X divided by 1 can't do anything, but you can reduce Y divided by Y. What's Y divided by Y again? 1. So this cancels out to be 1. So if you put it all together now, in the next line, it's clearer. 1 times 3 gives you 3. 1 times 2 gives you 2. Multiplied to X over 1 times 1 over 1. That is a much more simplified fraction than had you just started off at the start and just did 5x times 12y, 4y times 10. At the moment you can do, but when the numbers get large, that's a problem. So that's why you want to reduce early. Yeah? So now you can then say, once you've reduced as much as you can, top with top, bottom with bottom. So there we go. 3 times x times 1, that gives you 3x. Very good, Wilbur. And then 2 times 1 times 1 is 2. So the answer is 3x over 2 is your most simplified fractional term. Okay, so when you're not simplifying it early, you'll likely get 60xy over 40y, which is terrible. Okay, the numbers get too big and then you give up. So you want to reduce ASAP. The earlier you do it, the better. That's the skill you're trying to practice. Division. I think it was this class that taught me. Division, you had an acronym, KFC. Keep the first, flip the second, change the sign. Yeah, so that's what you say, KFC. Keep the first fraction, flip the second fraction. So I'm going to flip the second fraction. And then you change the sign. So here we go. Your next line should then be 4AB. Keep the first fraction. Flip the second, so 7a over 2b, and change the sign. This is the problem we're working with now. Same idea. What I did over here, I would keep all the numbers together, and each letter I separate. Yeah, so there's 2 a's on the top, 1 b on the top, and only 1 b on the bottom. So when I write it out, this is how I would do it. I would do 4 times 7, because it's all times. 4 times a times b times 7 times a. So 4 times 7 over 5 times 2. So I just get all the numbers. 4 and 7 on the top, 5 and 2 on the bottom. Times, how many a's do I have on the top? 2. So then I write a times a. There's my 2 a's. So I haven't changed it. It's still there. Then I have 1b on the top as well. So I write times b. So 1b on the top. Right? Then I look at the question here and say, well, that's 5. I've already got there. I've got a 2. I'm missing a b. So I write the b under the b. What goes under the a's then? 1. Beautiful. Now you can simplify much easier. Do the numbers first, then look at the letters afterwards. What's a common factor of the numbers? Which one can you see? 2 and 4. Very good. 2 and 4, and yes, you're correct. There's a B as well. So 2 and 4, what common factor goes into 2 and 4? 2. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. That changes it to 2 times 7, which makes it easier. That now becomes 14. 5 times 1 is 5. So the fraction here is nice and simplified for numbers. Just for numbers only, it's 14 on 5. Times a times a. What's a shorter way of writing that?
A squared.
A squared. Very good. You guys didn't make the mistake of saying 2a. It's a squared. So a squared over 1. But then we also know b divided by b is equal to 1. So it's 1 over 1. Now, once you simplified everything down, you can then do top with top, bottom with bottom, and your fraction is as small as it could be. So here, top with top, bottom with bottom. Your final answer is then 14a squared over 5. Okay, so 14 times a squared is 14a squared, times 1 is still itself, 5 times 1 times 5 is still 5. So if I zoom out, this is the skill that you're practicing today. And what are they really looking at? It's your chapter 3 stuff, this bit. Being able to break it out and then bring it together. If you try to do it all in one step, you can make a mistake. I prefer question, method, answer. All right? Lay it out, practice the layout. As you get better, you can start skipping steps. Okay, but if you're making mistakes in between, means you're skipping too many steps. You've got to take it clearly. Okay, reduce it as small as possible. Check your answers as you go. How's that feel? Pretty good? Okay, so there's 2 more examples in the back for you to do. The answers are already on OneNote if you want to check. So if you just scroll down, I already got the answers there for you, but I want you to have a go first. Okay, so that's the exercise for today. Doing multiplication of fractions or dividing fractions. I'm going to leave that up on the screen for you. There we go. I'm going to stop the video. This is your time. Remember, this week is only 5F so far, so your homework to submit is 5F by Monday.